Tens of thousands of people in the Scottish capital, Edinburgh, have said goodbye to Queen Elizabeth before her coffin leaves for London. A heckler was arrested for shouting at Prince Andrew during a sombre procession. The silence was piercing at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, as the Queen's 4 children bowed their heads during a vigil. After Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and the new monarch, King Charles, paid tribute for 10 minutes, the public were invited to show their respects. The constant stream of well-wishers went on through the night and into this morning. Earlier, a Thanksgiving service took place at the cathedral. Participants included Prime Minister Liz Truss and former Labour Prime Minister Gordon Brown.
For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up.
Meanwhile, London is fine-tuning preparations for the next leg of the Queen's final journey. Elizabeth's coffin arrives in London later tonight, and she will lie in state at Westminster Hall until her funeral next Monday. While people across the country and the world mourn the end of an era, the Queen's death has also led to scab picking on controversies surrounding her family. Earlier, as the royal family accompanied her coffin along the streets of Edinburgh, a young man shouted at the Queen's second son. The heckler was detained for breach of peace. Andrew was accused of sexually abusing a teenage girl 21 years ago, a charge he denied. Most Britons are united in grief following Elizabeth's death, but some anti-monarchists have been arrested for publicly questioning why her son became king automatically.
Are we really now in a place in 21st century Britain where a new head of state is proclaimed, we're told to accept this person without any question, and somebody who speaks out against it is dragged off and arrested? It felt like a slipped into the 16th century for a minute.
Hill was later, in the words of police, de-arrested. He said he had been told that he was detained under new laws that allow police to act if they deem that a protest may cause disruptions. The arrests of people who questioned the succession triggered a debate on free speech in Britain. In Hong Kong, Chief Secretary Eric Chan has visited the British Consulate General to sign the condolence book for the Queen. People continue to flock to the diplomatic mission in Admiralty, with a queue stretching to Hong Kong Park for the second consecutive day. Bouquets and photos were placed on the ground and tied to the pillars outside. The consulate is extending the session to sign the condolence book, as it takes at least 3 hours to reach the venue because of the long queue.